how things were going, and if we needed to maybe brainstorm a little to help you move forward, and see what we can do to help you move along. Because I hear you've been doing lots of progress, and
Yeah.
I read your notes. So, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm I'm feeling more positive, more confident in myself, I think.
Great, great. I can feel that energy from you, so that's
Mhm.
really good. The last time we had spoke, you were in a therapy group and a
Yeah.
support group, and I read that you've been doing very well with that.
Yes.
And how would you say that you are doing with that therapy?
I think it's been really helpful. I think there have been times where I've not wanted to go to this group sessions, or every now and then I kind of have bad days where I get back into that mindset of um, really down on myself, embarrassed to go out in public because of my appearance, and I feel like people would judge me. So I still have days like that, but they're not as often. And I
Oh,
think that could be because of the support group.
oh, that's excellent. So you feel that they're helping?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. So we had talked about the stressors of family, and that may be a trigger for you, or the stress of being a student at university. How is that going? How are your studies? How are you coping?
Um, for the most part, good. I find during exams or midterms when I'm more stressed, I tend to not eat because I'm so stressed and I don't want to add the stress of gaining weight to it as well.
Right?
Um, but other than that, I usually find exercise as a way to de stress when it's just minor things.
Exercise is good for sure
Hmm.
to keep the blood flowing, and it helps the nutrients that you do take in to metabolize better. So exercise is not a bad thing, and especially if it's a release for you, I think that's a very good thing for you.
Yeah.
Um, and what would the situation look like if you were managing it better? Although you are managing it better, what if you were moving forward another 6 months? How
Hmm.
would that look to you if you were managing it better? What do you think would be different?
Um, I think what I would like to eventually feel is I know it's natural to feel self conscious, but maybe just not on the level that I feel it, not as extreme. I'd like to be comfortable in public and around people and not always be in my mind worrying about what they might think of how I look.
True. You had mentioned that a few times in our last meeting, so I get the feeling that it might be a big concern to you.
Yeah,
Yeah, and if I feel like you're really working on that.
yeah, I'm
You
trying to.
you had mentioned that summer is coming and that you have a cottage on the lake with your family,
Yeah,
and there's a lot of friends that come up and visit, and you were concerned about swimming
yeah,
attire, which can be stressful for anybody.
yeah.
But have you looked long term, like beyond today?
Um, I guess I kind of like knowing that summer's coming up is kind of a stressor for me because I can't hide my body in baggy winter clothes anymore. So it's something that I'm aware of, that it's something that I stress about, and I'm trying to cope with it in a healthy way, but I'm finding it hard.
True. I think pre planning or a premeditation of what's to come is really important.
Mhm.
So maybe we could go with that idea because I know it's very important to you. And maybe we could brainstorm a little bit. And how are you going to get through that summer? I know you love it because there's barbecues and horseshoes
Mhm.
and your little cousins coming over and enjoying the swimming and the canoeing.
Yeah.
And definitely, I can see that being a lot of pressure or a lot of pre stress. So maybe if we thought of some ideas um, that maybe we could set little tiny goals.
Okay.
Um, that would make you feel better for that occasion coming up? Because you say you go about almost every weekend,
Yeah.
and that long weekends are usually the big family celebrations.
Yeah.
Like Canada Day is a big one, and of course along with that is all the food, all the pressure to socialize
Yeah.
and eat. So I think that's good if we made a few little notes. So you can maybe we could both think of some ideas, and it can be crazy ones like wearing a snowsuit into the lake, or whatever you need to do to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So if you do you have any ideas maybe on that?
I think maybe if I found maybe a one piece or something, and I found one that I felt good in, that I would be less self conscious around others.
Definitely, that's a very good idea. Yeah, there's some nice suits out there today, the
Mhm.
one piece. Um, the other thing too is they have those nice those sheer cover ups,
Yeah, that's
which
a
are
good
nice
idea.
if that made you feel comfortable and
A
not at
little
a
more
place.
covered.
Yeah, for sure. Because I know you said that you enjoyed swimming, but
Mhm.
it was a big concern for you. So
Yeah.
that's a good one. And how do you deal with foreseeing like all that food out there and the pressure to eat, and people knowing what you have going on might negatively pressure you? Oh,
Yeah. I definitely feel like people are watching me when everyone's around and everyone's eating. I kind of feel like there's eyes on me to watch to make sure I am eating, which just makes me feel really uncomfortable.
yeah, true. I certainly can understand that. So how maybe we could think of some ideas how to deal with that aspect of it. Um,
Hmm. I've talked to my mom about it, and since our last meeting, she has gotten a lot better with being overbearing, and she's kind of started to foods that our family normally eats. She's kind of tried to find healthier versions of it for me to make me more comfortable eating it.
sure, that's good. So a little bit more family support now.
Yeah.
Where in the beginning, maybe they weren't so understanding.
Mhm.
Well, that's really good.
Yeah.
That is really good support. Um, so in those nice summer days, do you get any support from maybe outside your immediate family?
Yeah. I have friends that it's kind of the same. Like they support me, but they're also looking out for my best interests. So
Absolutely.
it's almost like a pressure in a way to make sure I'm eating, but I know their heart's in the right place.
So that is excellent positive support. Um, to have that positive feeling behind you, or that rah rah team behind you. You can
Yeah.
do it, and definitely people that understand. So that's really good. So it sounds like you have a pretty good setup for the summer coming. So that's really good.
Mhm.
Um, so what other skills do you think that you would need to accomplish? Like getting through the summer in a more positive light, because I know last summer was not so
No.
fun, but seeing the progress that you've made over the last 6 months, I think you're gonna have a very good time this summer.
Yeah.
And you seem to be definitely using the therapy, your family, you're outside your family, which are
Right.
excellent supports.
Mhm.
So any other skills maybe that you could think of that you might need?
Um, I don't know. I find it hard to change my mindset. I find I have negative feelings towards myself, and I don't know how to not have those feelings.
They're definitely normal. Like we had talked about before, your recovery or your cure isn't right around the corner. We're going to have to work for this.
Mhm.
And so I think dealing through those negative thoughts, trying to work through them as
Mhm.
opposed letting them get a hold of you, to work through those negative feelings. So any coping that you've developed in the last 6 months, when you don't have your therapy group right there,
Mhm.
things that you can do yourself, music or deep breathing,
Okay.
Yoga. I think you said you liked yoga.
Yeah.
Do a few down dogs.
Yeah.
Or doggy down or whatever it is.
Those are good ideas.
Yeah.
I'll try that.
So that's really good. Okay, so I think we're pretty good for today. I think you've made amazing progress, and to keep doing what you're doing, and we'll check in maybe in a week's time and gear up for exams.
Yeah.
And
Sounds good.
yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much, Jessica. It's been so nice to talk to you.
You too. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.